eastern Himalayas, nurturing an ancient region, an intermingling of traditions and faiths. It's one of India's lesser-known regions, unexplored, remote and exotic for most. But times are changing. As a filmmaker, I have always wanted to explore the northeast of India. I'm here on a journey of discovery, an exploration through India's Misty Mountains.
The East Khasi Hills and the Jaintia Hills of Meghalaya are dotted with sacred forests. Tracts of virgin forest linked closely with centuries-old indigenous cultures and religious beliefs. The Mawphlong Sacred Forest is one of the most important groves among the 79 recognized in Meghalaya. 25 kilometers from Shillong, Mawphlong has become a popular tourist spot and a major attraction for researchers from across the globe. Covering more than 192 acres, the forests here are steeped in ancient beliefs. A sacred entity preserved and protected by the Khasi tribe for thousands of years. Today, the youth here make a living being guides for tourists, guides who are deeply connected and understand the forest like no one else.
My name is Mike Pandey. As a kid, I think that this is a sacred forest. Our grandparents used to tell us like this is a forest where it's a part of our culture of the Khasi people. We have been maintaining it for so many years. So, and also from this forest we cannot hunt anything or we cannot take anything out from the forest, as it's a very sacred place. We have different varieties of orchids, mushrooms, these wildflowers. And there's a frog where it's known as Rana mawphlongensis, where nobody in the world still exists in this place. We have around 450 species. Orchids, we have around more than 25 to 30 species. Mushrooms, we have different kind of varieties. And also we have these lots of wildflowers, wild fruits, and these wild berries. Some are eatable, some are not eatable. The animals I have seen till now is jackals, snakes, squirrel, and leopards, clouded leopards, which is the state animal of Meghalaya.
Mawphlong is named after the monoliths that stand guard at the sacred groves. Rising as a living, breathing organism among the grasslands, the forests are inviting. The grasslands turn into an interconnected network of trees, some over 1,000 years old.
This bucket is full of citrus trees. I think you see this one.
Oh my God.
This is citrus litterpest, all around falling. And here, very nicely smells. You can smell this one, sir.
It is sweet. Oh, yeah. This one.
Yes.
So this is
just the leaf of this, yes.
The fallen fruits are allowed to be tasted as long as the visitors leave the seeds back onto the forest floor. This to allow for regeneration.
Just look around.
My goodness. Look at this. This is the real story, the actual regeneration of forests.
Oh, yes, sir.
A tree giving back to the land it was born, back to the mother. Look at the mushrooms and the fungi.
Yes,
and there's a beetle there.
Yes, sir. I was told that the mushroom that grows on beetles and cicadas, they are very beautiful, sir, to look at. They are very nice.
This is actually regeneration, totally complete. And this is what we all need. The earth needs it. India needs it. And there are 7, 8 varieties in just one
Yes, yes.
small
This
patch.
one. Even this one also you can touch, the sponge.
The moss, right?
Yeah, very...
Oh, it's so thick, so beautiful. And the ferns. And I think this is the principle of a sacred grove. Where it falls forever.
Yes, that's why it isn't allowed even to take even a twig from here, sir. Yeah. So anything that falls here, it stays here.
You can see it's decomposing back into the soil.
Yes. And now the soil is
It's turning into soil, yeah.
Yes,
can we have a look at it?
Yes.
Soft.
And the soil is so fertile, sir.
This is a tree. It has turned back into dust.
Yeah.
Decomposed into nutrients to give back to the earth, you know.
Yes, sir.
Older trees fall naturally and become the birth ground for various saplings and organisms, keeping the forest ever growing, untouched and undisturbed.
Please see this leaf, this one. You crush it and you smell. You will feel the aroma.
Wow. What is it?
Yeah, this is from this tree, sir. I think you have heard about cinnamon. This is the biggest of all the cinnamon family. Yeah.
This is cinnamon, huh?
Yes.
With tourism increasing, responsible travelers can play a key role in maintaining the sanctity of these forests. This will support the local youth in earning a livelihood and protecting their ancient heritage.
We are happy because when people come, they truly love our place. I try to convince the youth of the village to work together, to be a team, to preserve the environment. We used to tell people, like, if you come to this place, when you go back, please tell to your friends, your families, and also to others, then to know like they can come and also visit and support us. The youths nowadays, they cannot just go to any specific area just to see the place, the beauty of the place, but also to learn what is behind that place.
Less than 100 kilometers from Shillong and a 3-hour drive towards Doki River, travelers now have a chance to experience something unique.
My name is Jason Jaman Lamare. I'm the co-owner of Pioneer Adventure Tours. So when we started, there wasn't even a road to the village. I mean, the road was in a very bad condition. So we came to the village and all that. This is in the month of, I think, October. We came here and we decided to, we just came for a fishing trip. Myself and a few friends, we bought our snorkeling gear as well. That day was when I realized that this place got potential for a lot of adventure spots. But what we wanted to do is we wanted to bring in scuba diving. Till date, a lot of my clients ask me, is it actually possible to scuba dive in Meghalaya, being a hill station? But till the time they come here, then they realize that this place is actually a paradise for scuba diving. Number one is because it's actually freshwater diving. It's not like your normal saltwater diving. By November is when it gets really crystal clear. You can actually see the bottom. And of course, it's the visibility. You can't imagine, like, in some corner of India, we're hardly about 8 kilometers from Bangladesh, you have the cleanest river. That was the highlight. The idea was to pull in clients, selective clients, to come to this area to actually enjoy the area, enjoy meeting the local people, having the local food and all that. And then, camp and then dive. So when we told the village that this is what we're going to do, we're going to bring in initially scuba diving with camping. We're also going to make sure that you guys are going to grow along with us. As time goes by, besides our clientele, you know, the adventurous ones, you're going to have a lot of clients who are coming who just want to come for sightseeing. And this river, Umngot River being one of the most crystal clear rivers all over India, people are going to come and just have a look at the river. So when they come here, it's going to be your duty to see that you take them for boat rides. While we promote ourselves, we are going to promote you. And that is what exactly happened. By bringing in clients, the village has grown. But now there is a problem definitely about the fact that we have to maintain sustainable tourism. Since we are about 4 or 5 divers, what we do in the season is for about a week, we just clean up the whole river as much as we can. We get a lot of junk coming from upstream, mainly plastics, we just clean it up. Then of course, as the season goes, it's our job to see that this river is clean. We make sure that no one throws plastic. If you probably type Google about 8-10 years back, if you type Dauki, it'll show on the map as town, where you export and import coal. Now if you type Dauki or Shanong Padang or Darang or any close village around this area, immediately you'll get it as a tourist destination. Actually, we want to make this area the heart of the adventure destination in Meghalaya.
My name is Changsa. I was born in a family where we had 8 siblings. I tried to visualize how my mom, my sisters used to prepare, and I used to try in my own way. And slowly my children also, they started liking and they encouraged me. So most of the time, whenever I am free, I used to spend cooking, and after I started the restaurant, it has really inspired me to go forward. I just found that Chinese food is very popular all over the world, and Chinese also, they use lots of bamboo shoot, soya sauce, then corn flour, all those. So I thought, why can't we also try to expose the outside world? And with that, with the team, let us promote our food, I started this restaurant. Naka food is very simple, but to expose, the only way was to start a restaurant so that from various walks of life, they can always come and try our food. Initially, I was a little bit embarrassed to provide all those smelly food. But slowly, people started appreciating it. And the smelly food, in fact, it has become a delicacy for my customers. Today, we are going to cook this chicken. We'll be using this sticky rice powder. So this is how we'll start. We have bamboo shoot, salt, and this is already chopped chili in ginger. Then we have leek. Then we have cultured mushroom. So we'll start cooking now. Let us put in this utensil the chicken. Nuko, halibito. Aro. This is bamboo shoot, fermented one. I won't use that much. Now salt. Now we are going to sit in the stove. And once it's cooked, then we'll be using this sticky rice powder and cultured mushroom. This is, we call it ayam chew, chicken ayam chew. At the end, we are going to put the leek leaves so that we get a flavor of the leek. And we usually use this during festival hours. And we can have along with the rice, but usually when you want to have a light refreshment, you can always serve this with a cup of rice beer. And if you don't go for rice beer, you can go for black tea. Nakas are very fond of bamboo shoot. We use fermented suya a lot, and we have very limited spices, but very strong flavor. And most of our food, in order to preserve, we use fermentation. Since time memorial, the only way that we can store our food for the off-season is to ferment or dry it up. That is how our forefather has been practicing, and now these days it has become a delicacy for us. Tourism is a new industry here. We are just starting, and those tourists who are adventurous, they always come here to taste our food. As I observe, most of them, they are quite surprised to see the unique food of Nakas. Some, they cannot accept our spicy food because we take lots of chili. But those who like spicy food, I'm sure that enjoy it. In Bangalore, Mumbai, Delhi, we have just started out, and there are young Nakas who are starting their business with our food, and that is very encouraging. And most of the Indians coming from those cities, they are a little bit familiar with Naka food, so they come straight away to my restaurant. Out here, I get almost all the ingredients whenever I require. So I am able to give ethnic Naka food. That is why I am so proud to be a Naka and serve Naka food.
My name is Asino, and my full name is Asino Bio. Bio is my surname. I do guiding, tour guiding. We are at Kigwema now. Kigwema is derived from two meanings. Kigwe means old house or old village. Kigwema is one of the oldest village. Actually, our village is more than 800 years old. Most of the people of the neighboring villages migrated from this village, like Konoma, Kohima, Hesama, Mima, and so on. We don't have a written history, but we have an oral tradition where the old people narrate and then pass on the history. Whenever people come and visit, we have to know our history. And then if we know our history, we can say something, and we are somebody if we know our history. We are in one of the rich man's house. A rich man's house is one of the status obtained by giving feast to the people, to the village, and then nearby villages. They do that to earn status and respect among the people. It takes 5 years to attain this. In the first year, they will give feast to the clan members first, and then the clan members will build the house, and then the beam of the house, and then decorate with the head of the cows. This is the head of the cows, and then it signifies the prosperity and the wealth of the man. And then these are the stars, signifying the calendars, the Naga calendar. And then those heads, the cow heads, are the heads slaughtered during the festival, during the feast. The door is always in the middle of the house. If we enter inside it, there will be granaries on sideways, and then the pounding places for the rice, and then after that the kitchen, and then the living room. We get foreign visitors as well as the Indian visitors. When they come to the village, they are interested in culture and also the traditional houses and then the way of the people, how they live. Nagas are known for their hospitality, so we warmly welcome people from outside. Morung is a traditional institution for the male members of this village. So whenever a man attains puberty, he will come here and then stay over here until he gets married. So like when he comes here, he learned about how to live in the society, and then they learn about the handicrafts, the sculptures, the war strategies, and also they have some entertainments like they narrate about the folk tales. And then women are not allowed to enter the men's morung. Being the oldest village, I have the upper hand in history. So for that, I like it. I'm interested in knowing about the history because if we don't know our history, we don't have anything to talk about. And also for the younger generation, they have to educate themselves. And we have to know, and we ought to know our own history.
A 2-hour easy and comfortable drive from Imphal, and I'm transported into another world.
You know, the success of the Shanghai here has been tremendous. The return of the Shanghai is something we all feel very proud about. But this is such a unique ecosystem. Here is landmass, which I think is landmass, but it is floating on water.
Without Phumdi, there will be no Shanghai, and without Shanghai, there will be no Kebulongjam National Park.
One homestay in my area, in my house, I am giving employment more than 50, 60 people, only the one homestay. Yeah,
What is the fishing techniques? I saw some of them. I've never seen them before.
We are popularizing the traditional way or method of fishing.